Hi friends, I decided to make another video. Today is going to be time, what? Today is time for my September TBR video. It's not actually September yet, I don't think. No, it's August. Today's August 27th. But I wanted to share with you all what I'm going to be attempting to read in the month of September. I failed miserably at my August TBR, so you are going to see some repeats, some stuff carrying forward into September, but I also have some new things and some mandatory things that I need to read in September. And normally for me, September is the start of spooky season. I am a firm believer that September is the spookiest month because October's like fun spooky. October's like gimmicky spooky. September's dark and sad and gray and depressing in a good way. But unfortunately, since I totally failed at my August TBR and I have to finish reading some books, I have to start reading some books that I've committed to, it's not a spooky TBR. And I'm a little disappointed about that. But don't worry, October's gonna be all spook. So first of all, the books that I did not finish. I am still reading Excalibur. I meant to finish this on my week away, which you don't even know about because it's in a vlog that's coming up after this one, but I went away for a week and my intention was to finish reading Excalibur, but as you can see, I'm not even halfway through. This is the third book in the Warlord Chronicles series by Bernard Cornwell, and my intention is to have this be the first book series I ever finish. Unfortunately, I'm tandem reading it with Last Argument of Kings by Joe Abercrombie because that's also going to be one of the first series I ever finish. But I want that one to be the second series I ever finish, but I only have 2 hours left in the audiobook. So I've stopped listening to it because I want to finish Excalibur first. But here's the thing. This is going to come up in the video in a moment, but I have 3 hours in the car today that I'm doing later for a book event that I'm going to. And 3 hours is longer than I have left in the audiobook for Last Argument of Kings, so it's entirely possible that Last Argument of Kings is going to be the first series I ever finish. What? The first Law series is going to be the first series I ever finish. There we go. Thank you. And I think I will finish Last Argument of Kings in August today, so technically that is not on my TBR for September, but Excalibur is. I have another audiobook that I did not finish in August that I was supposed to, and that's The Drawing of the Three by Stephen King. That's the second book in the Dark Tower series. And as you might know if you watch my videos, we are doing a Dark Tower series read-along co-hosted by my friend Riley over on Instagram. We have a Discord for it. We are theoretically finishing the second book in August. I think I can, especially if I put a pause on Last Argument of Kings and listen. Ooh, maybe if I listen to The Drawing of the Three in the car today on my drive. You're gonna find out what I choose in this video because we're going on that drive as part of this video. But I need to finish The Drawing of the Three, and I need to start and finish The Wastelands, which is the third book in the Dark Tower series, which is the September book. So that's on there as well. But that's gonna be an audiobook because I already own the audio version. Another book I did not finish in August that I meant to is The Daughter's War by Christopher Buehlman. I'm also not even halfway through this. My goodness, what was I doing in August? Celebrating my birthday, that's what I was doing. I'm loving this book. This is the book I've chosen to read for fun, and unfortunately that means it gets put on the back burner. Unfortunately that means it's just not getting read because I have to prioritize all these other stupid books that I'm reading for videos and stuff. Ugh! I hate being a content creator. I'm kidding, I love it. Thank you for being here. The Daughter's War is the follow-up prequel to The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I adored it. And The Daughter's War so far is exact same caliber. It's excellent. I'm loving it. I want a war corvid, even though it would probably eat my face. I would let it eat my face. I love giant birds in fantasy literature. So if there's a book with giant birds that I haven't read, let me know in the comments below. Actually, don't, because I need to finish all of these other books. Don't recommend me any books to read. Thank you. It's stuck behind me, so I'm not gonna pull out the next book. It's literally trapped on this shelf right behind me. I got too many books. But if you watched my TBR jar video, the last video I think that I uploaded, I pulled from my brand new TBR jars to find out what my next fantasy book will be. I guess after The Daughter's War. And I pulled The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan, which I'm really excited about because I've been meaning to read that for a long time, and now finally I will. And I know a lot of people love it. Jones, what are you doing? My cat's trying to open a drawer and she's succeeding. Okay, I think that's all the books that I am supposed to read. Oh, it's not. What am I talking about? There's also all of the indie books that I'm gonna be reading in September, which is a separate category. Not really. They are on the TBR, but they are for my monthly indie videos. And as promised, this time we're doing all women authors, all lady authors, all... I might cut that out. But aside from all the indie books and all the other books I just mentioned, I do have some books that I was gonna say that I'm excited about reading. I am excited about reading all of the other ones that I just mentioned. Like, Warlord Chronicles might be my favorite series of all time, so I don't want it to come off like it's a chore to read it. It just is kind of a chore to read it. But I received an ARC in the mail yesterday. No, a couple days ago. I received an ARC in the mail a couple of days ago, and this book is coming out in September. So this ARC came at the last possible moment, but I did receive The Gods Below by Andrea Stewart, and I've been looking forward to reading this one. And you can see it's September 2024. I've actually already seen the finished copy in stores, but I have an ARC, and my intention is to read it before the official release date, which is September 3rd. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna at least start the book so I can talk to you guys about it on September 3rd. Andrea Stewart wrote the Drowning Empire series. I've talked about that one before. I talked about the Bone Shard Daughter. Well, I talked about the whole series in my Seafaring Books video, High Seas Adventure Books video. It's a really fun read with some great characters, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else Andrea Stewart is given us now that that series is completed. This is a book about warring gods, and this god war has torn up the world. And so humanity has made a pact with one of the gods for him to restore the world, but it's changing people and destroying other things. So our main character wants to fight back, but also she wants to protect her sister. And so they're fleeing, but through tragic events, it says, they get split up and the main character has to make some bad choices. I love a meddling gods story. I don't necessarily know if this is meddling gods or just warring gods, but I love gods. How do you do the Christian cross? Is it that? And this feels very epic in scale. It's blurbed by Sarah J. Maas though, which is a red flag for me. Not that there's anything wrong with Sarah J. Maas. Like, if you love Sarah J. Maas, that's great, go for it. But I'm not a fan because I'm not a fan of romantasy, and that's her bag. So the fact that there's a romantasy author, the romantasy author, blurbing the front of this book is a little, huh? Is there a romance in here? But then on the inside, we have M.R. Carey, who is one of my favorite authors, and Hafsa Faizal, who I haven't read anything from, but I do respect, and Alex E. Harrow, who I also respect. That makes it sound like I don't respect Sarah J. Maas. Hold on, we're getting off topic. The topic is that I got this ARC. And also, good job to Andrea Stewart for getting a blurb from SJM. That's a huge accomplishment. Moving on. Why do I feel like I've just dug a hole for myself? What's happening in this video? How many books is that so far on the TBR? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To make it even more complicated, because why not, I'm picking up the 7th book for my TBR tonight. I'm gonna be commuting into Toronto tonight. I don't live in Toronto. A lot of people think I live in Toronto. I don't. I live about an hour and a half outside of Toronto, but I'm going to be going to a book launch event tonight for Devin Madson. Devin's new book, Between Dragons and Their Wrath, is coming, well, it's out because it's a launch event tonight. And so they are there along with Evan Winter, who wrote The Rage of Dragons. It's very dragony. And there's gonna be readings and launch stuff. And I don't know why I'm telling you all of this because I plan on bringing you to the event. So maybe we'll just time travel to the event. Actually, I think we're gonna time travel to the car where I decide what book I'm listening to. Several hours from now. I have other videos to film first. Okay, relax. Okay, I just drove an hour and 40 minutes and I just parked. I've got like a 5-minute walk to the bookstore for this event. I did not listen to any books. I listened to music. Either way, I'm really excited to pick up Between Dragons and Their Wrath by Devin Madson. I brought some of my other Devin Madson books and Evan Winter books to maybe hopefully get signed. I don't know if they're doing that or if they're only signing books that you purchase at the store. But yeah, I'm gonna get walking.
You've written and published many more novels than I have, and because your answer has a good chance of helping me too, I have to ask, If you could speak to yourself sometime near the beginning of your writing journey, what's a craft lesson that you might want to teach yourself?
I think I would have said, always write forwards. Because, I don't know if you find this, but I tend to find that as you write, you change your mind about what the story is, or the story changes your mind about what the story is. And so as you go on, you realize, oh no, I actually have to rewrite that bit. But if you go back now and you rewrite that bit, then you're just going to go a bit further on, and then you're going to find another one. And then you're going to go, oh, now I have to rewrite that bit again. Whereas if you just always write forwards until you have a complete first draft, and you just make notes, and you just pretend like you've already made the change. So you write forwards like you've already made the change. And you go through, then you only have to do it one more time.
Okay.
I think that's what I would tell myself.
Hello.
Hello. It's tomorrow. I'm back. I was gonna film last night when I got home from the event, but it was 10 o'clock and I did not want to. Guys, that was so much fun. I'm really glad I went. So as you saw in the video, I did pick up Between Dragons and Their Wrath. Got it signed and personalized. Why am I trying to hold it like this? Also got Devin to sign my copy of We Ride the Storm. I was gonna bring all of the books in the series, and then I just like felt weird having that many. And then same with Evan Winter. He signed The Rage of Dragons for me. Here, look at it upside down. And I didn't bring the sequel because I just didn't want to be walking into a bookstore with a bunch of books. That was really fun. The talk was awesome. It was mostly about writing craft. So all of the questions that Evan was asking Devin were about her writing process, and it was really, really cool to listen to as a aspiring writer. And I ended up being last in line for the signing. It was a pretty small event, so it's not like I was waiting forever, but it ended up being really cool because I basically just started talking about myself as soon as I got to the front. And they invited me to just sit there for a few minutes and chat writing and publishing and whatnot with them, and it was really cool. I was fanboying a lot, it's true. I think I kept it together. I almost forgot that this video was my September TBR. So yes, I am adding Between Dragons and Their Wrath to the September TBR, and I think that means we are at 6 books plus the indie books that are going to be in a video in a couple of weeks. I didn't listen to any audiobooks on the way home either because I'm a terrible person. So maybe Last Argument of Kings is on my September TBR. I don't know. Either way, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you're reading in September, if you've picked up Between Dragons and Their Wrath. Thank you so much to Devin, Madson, and Evan Winter for being so kind and talking to me. And of course to Bakka Phoenix Books, the bookstore that the event was hosted at. If you're in the Toronto area, I highly recommend checking it out. I didn't film enough of the store. I think I am just going to go back and do a whole video on a couple of Toronto-based fantasy sci-fi and horror stores, so you'll see more of it eventually. But it was really, really cool. It was just such a cute store. It had a whole downstairs level that was mostly like used books, which was awesome. They hosted a great event. It was catered, like there were little snacks and drinks and stuff. It was really fun. So go check them out if you're in the Toronto area. They're near the U of T campus. And yeah, before I go, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell icon so you know when I upload new videos. I upload 2 days a week. I love you guys. Goodbye.